Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is about my third review now in a row? Because, yeah, I've just been doing reviews all day, so but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm not wearing a super cool shirt. In fact, I'm wearing a pretty lame shirt. But, I mean, it's a decent shirt for what it is, to be fair. It's not besmirched the shirt entirely. But it is a very boring shirt. Yeah, no, I had to do official adult things today of a non, X-rated adult variety, just a normal adult, so like boring and lame. And I need to look somewhat, respectable, so I went and did that stuff. And, it was what it was, but when everything was said and done, the kind of cool thing was that it left me out in an area that I actually really like to be because there's a lot of great places to eat, shops to go to, and I was like, I'm doing it, man. I'm just hitting it. We're doing it. So I've reviewed a couple things already. I did a sub sandwich from, where did I get it from? From Target. Then I reviewed some sushi from Meyer. And I had to go over there and hit up one of my favorite spots these days. I had to hit up, boom, Jollibee. Which, if you're unfamiliar, Jollibee, they're a series of basically like chicken fast food places that I believe started out in the Philippines, but then have really just kind of kept going. And, so we finally, we have a few in Illinois, and, I reviewed a number of things from their stuff, and they happen to have a new dessert pie. What pie is it, though? Well, you're not going to be able to tell, but at least from the outside, I don't think. But it's, boom, this is their limited edition ube pie. And if you're wondering what ube is, it's a type of purple yam that's like, I think it's more a thing in Asia. And yeah, I saw it and I was like, that sounds like a thing that I would do. And it's all nice and fried and it looks delicious. Okay, well, first of all, let's get a thing for a thing. It's gonna look like that. Ha 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 ha. And let's get into some pie. That is so good. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, that's a good time. I'm having a good time. Here, let's do it. Will that help at all? No, because the lighting is terrible. Whatever, but you can see it's purple on the inside. Look at it. It's so purple. Right off the bat, I love the texture of this. Biting into it, it's nice, it's crisp. It wants to break apart. It wants to be in your mouth. It wants to be devoured. And it's so good at it. I love that. That was fantastic. And it made me long for, the original fried apple pies that, we used to get from McDonald's. But, I mean, yeah, they still have the apple pies, but they've never been as good since then. All right, but drinking some Sprite Chill, by the way. I reviewed that about a month ago. Clearly, I still like it. But yeah, man, the exterior of that is beautiful. It's exactly what you want. And then the inside is this nice mix of sort of lightly sweet, lightly savory, but all delicious, just super tasty and good purple. I like this so much. It almost makes it up for being obscenely hot today. Almost. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of like sweet potato pie, or, definitely not as sweet, but, like sweet potatoes you might get for Thanksgiving. I know for my family, it's always one of the things that we have on our table during Thanksgiving. It's somewhat reminiscent of that flavor. Again, kind of lightly sweet, lightly, maybe savory is not the best word. I mean, they're earthy. Yeah, sure, we'll go with earthy. Kind of lightly sweet, kind of earthy, not savory, but That's just super tasty, man. Like, I like that so much. Again, thinking of like a sweet potato pie, man. I haven't had a sweet potato pie in years. That's a damn shame now that I'm thinking about that. This almost makes up for that. You just bite into it. It's nicely filled. That is honestly pretty damn exceptional. I mean, I'm just eating the damn thing. Home. Jollibee has yet to put out something that I've tried where I've actively disliked it. At worst, there were a couple of things where I maybe was a little bit disappointed, but nothing's ever been bad. And the nice thing is, when you get something that's really good, that they really do exceptionally well, it's a standout item. And that's exactly what this is. It's great because, again, I think the exterior is perfect in its texture, the way it's cooked, the way it just falls apart in your mouth. The inside, like I said, it's nice and it's filled, but it kind of works because it's sort of that mix, and I think Jollibee does this really well, where a lot of their stuff is very familiar to, like American palates, just with their own, kind of twist on things. Again, this kind of reminds me of a sweet potato pie, but obviously it's not exactly. It's got its own little thing. Plus it's purple, so it's fun. I really liked it, man. That was good. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, clearly and clearly. I think that's just fantastic. Like, I genuinely, and I don't know, maybe it's an availability issue or whatever, but for me personally, I think that's something they could put on their menu all year round. I really do. Because I think not only is it a standout item, but beyond that, it's just really good. And again, and I think that it really, it has that sort of quasi-exotic element to it, which might put some people off, but for me personally, I mean, obviously this is the show that I do, but beyond that, again, it's that nice mix of familiar with a twist, and then just the way it's prepared, I think it's awesome. If I'm recommending it to people, I think absolutely. I think this is something, if you happen to have a Jollibee nearby you, and this item is available at that time, get it. I don't genuinely know that anybody would really be, like, offended by this or take any real, it's just good and it's tasty. It's a nice little pie. It's got some nice flavors to it, and again, the way I think it's cooked is really fantastic. It's one of those ones, at the very least, I think you deserve, to go over there and try it for yourself, to sort of take away what you can from it, because I think it's a really good item. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go there and have yourselves a, dear God, it's so hot-tastic rest of your life. It is unfortunately hot. It's like dead noon right now, too. Well, we're getting a little bit closer to 1, to be fair. But it's still stupid hot out. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to watch my show, and maybe you're going to think to yourself, boy, oh boy, this Brandon guy sure does doing food reviews, making... It's so hot. Boy, oh boy, this Brandon guy sure does doing food reviews look easy. He can't talk, apparently. I bet I could go over there and do that. First of all, you could. It's not, it takes a little practice like anything, but it's not super hard. But here's the thing I will say. If you do it, make sure that you invest in some sort of recording setup that you can take with you if you're going to do it in your car anyway, where it won't go over there and pick up the sound of your air conditioner and annoy the people watching your videos. That is the best advice I can give you. Also, try to make sure you can find places in the shade to go over there and do your reviews to get at least some freaking reprieve. But anyway, Yeah. Bye.